Hello, my name is Paul Henry, Security and Forensic Analyst at Lumension. Welcome to our Patch Tuesday update for August 2012. So what does Microsoft have in store for us this Patch Tuesday? Well, it's something old, something new, and if you deal with encryption, a little something that might make you blue. It's a busy Patch Tuesday this month with a lot of reboots affecting all versions of Windows. No one gets a break this month. Some of the updates this month will have far-reaching impact, and they include patches to new problems, updates to old problems, and something that might cause you a little more work than you might have anticipated this month with Microsoft's new upcoming stance on encryption. There are 9 security bulletins, 5 critical, 4 important. Let's start with the most important one, MS-1260. This affects all platforms of Windows and addresses an ActiveX component that's redistributed in many places within Windows. It's an issue that was previously patched, and this patch cleans up that previous patch. It's a high priority update because it's native in Windows and impacts all Windows platforms. Now, if you're running RDP in Windows XP, then MS-12053 should be another very important update. There have been a few updates for RDP from Microsoft lately, but don't overlook this one. This is a remote code execution issue, and it's able to do it pre-auth. So again, no authentication is needed. RDP is not on by default, but if you're using it on XP, you should install it. Again, this only affects Windows XP, but it is in fact a high priority update. Your second priority should be MS-12052. This is a cumulative update for IE. It fixes 4 separate CVE-related issues, critical, involving remote code execution. It's pretty standard across the board. Now, MS-12054 is another critical one. It's a Microsoft Windows networking component issue. This should be your third priority for this month. MS-12058 is a critical exchange issue with a third-party product called Outside In from Oracle. Oracle had a few remote code execution vulnerabilities in Outside In, which is licensed by Microsoft for Exchange. So let's get this patch rolled out to correct these Oracle issues in Exchange. Now, MS-12055 is an important one. It's an escalation of privilege issue for Microsoft Windows. MS-12056 is simply a kill-bit update for JavaScript. It's pretty standard and is also a cumulative update. MS-12057 and 059 are both Office updates. They're important remote code execution issues and are fairly standard. Now, additionally, we can expect to see a refresh of MS-12043 this month. This is an XML core services issue. The old patch addressed XML 4.0. This refresh will include coverage for XML 5.0. It should be noted that there haven't been any reported 5.0 attacks at this point. Another issue to discuss is Microsoft announced about 3 months ago they would be limiting encryption. If you have a certificate that is less than 1024-bit, simply put, it's going to be killed. In other words, you can no longer use anything under 1024-bit encryption, certificate-based, with Microsoft. Now, this could create serious problems with computers using client-server communications with these certificates. It may also have USA export permit ramifications for U.S. firms that sell products that use encryption to clients outside of the USA. In order to export a product, typically you had to use less than 256-bit encryption, or you had to apply for an export permit. Now, some companies, rather than going through the paperwork and time involved in getting an export permit, now when you apply this update, it's going to invalidate all of those less than 1024-bit certificates, and it will effectively break communications encryption. This will impact any new sales of products that include encryption, and just as importantly, perhaps, any previously sold products to overseas clients, as the vendor may now have to apply for an export permit before they can ship their client a solution that would include a higher level of encryption that is going to actually be usable with a patched Microsoft product. This is being provided as a download. Currently, it's not being pushed out as a patch, but many expect it. Eventually, it will be. It's recommended, therefore, that you download the update, try it to see if it breaks your encryption. If it does, you can do an uninstall or perhaps a downgrade within the registry. If you fail to file for an export permit when you exported your product, chances are you're going to be limited to 256-bit encryption. When this patch is applied, you can't communicate any longer. It revokes your certificates and your client-server communications will be broken. Now, it can take many months to obtain an export permit through the U.S. government. We recommend you act now if you've used 256-bit encryption with your exported products because, simply put, they're going to break when Microsoft eventually does decide to push this out as an automatic or mandatory patch. You need to get your export permit filing done sooner than later and upgrade your clients to at least 1024-bit or perhaps higher encryption if you want your product to continue to work after this has been rolled out. This has been our Patch Tuesday update for August 2012. Thank you for listening.